Hey YouTube, in today's video I'm going to take you through the All Pond Solutions FW-29 fish tank, which is a small fish tank they supply that comes complete with filtration and lighting, and at the moment with a 10% discount you can get it all in for £36. That includes free delivery, and I think that's an absolute bargain for a small fish tank. The idea of this project is to start up a fish tank as if you guys at home are starting out completely fresh. You haven't got your own fish tank at the moment, you want something maybe for a kid's bedroom, and this project I'm going to take it through cycling, how fast I can get this cycle, and if that's something that you're interested in or want to see any more videos on this, then hit that subscribe button and you'll be able to see all those videos that I post about this fish tank. The specifications of the tank: it's supplied with a 4-watt LED, and the pump's rated at 2.5 watts and will pump at around 350 litres an hour. That's more than enough flow for a tank this size. In fact, it's almost overkill. If you compare it to other tanks around the same price point, you're lucky to even be supplied with a lighting unit. So this is really geared towards people that are on a budget and really want to get into keeping tropical fish. The filter works by drawing water up through the pump, and then there's a spray bar which sprays the water through the filter that's located at the top of the tank. Now, if you're new to fish keeping, what you need to bear in mind is all of the surfaces in your fish tank, including inside the filter, are used to harbour friendly bacteria. This friendly bacteria is used to convert the pollutants that are generated by keeping the fish into more friendlier substances, which can then be taken out during water changes and used up by the plants. If you want to learn more about the nitrogen cycle and cycling fish tanks, then check out some of my other videos. The filter is supplied with 2 pads, a coarse and then a fine filter floss pad, and I've reached out to APS to ask about the arrangement of how these should be placed in the filter. They came back to me and said that the coarse foam should be in the bottom of the filter with the finer filter pad on top, with then the spray bar spraying water directly onto that. Now, in normal filtration, you would have your coarse mechanical filtration, or your coarse pads first, to filter out larger deposits before it reaches your finer filter pads, to save the maintenance and not clog up your filter media. The only logical reason that I can see as to why they would recommend this is because they're using or suggesting that that coarse pad is used as a large surface area to colonise bacteria. So actually the mechanical filtration is the fine pad, and then your biological is the foam. I've swapped out that and done it the normal way, so it would be coarse and then fine, and then I've placed Biohome Plus in the bottom. I've managed to get 300 grams in here, which is loads for this fish tank and will provide loads of surface area to colonise that bacteria on. Overall, I love the design. It comes in 6 different colours, which can be used to match it to any room that you kind of want to put it in. But there are a couple of points to know when you're putting this together. So I noticed that the spray bar, when it goes into the rubber attachment, which is like a right angled rubber attachment, it doesn't make a great fit, and water sprays out over the top and sort of circles around the spray bar. I fixed that with a bit of PTFE plumber's tape. It's £1 off eBay. If you've got some, great, you can loop it around, it won't cause any harm to your fish, and that just makes a better seal on that rubber attachment. When you open the lid, it does drip slightly down the side. I've noticed on mine it's on the left hand side. I think it's probably the alignment of the lid, so just be careful, keep a towel handy. It's not a huge amount of water, but it's just from the condensation that forms on the top of the lid. And then finally the lights. The light's great, but I don't think it's going to be brilliant for plant growth. We'll see, and I've got some improvements planned for mine, but it has a slightly washed out appearance, and that can usually mean that it's missing some of the colour spectrums that are good for growing plants. When it came to fitting the pump, annoyingly the instructions that are supplied with the tank don't actually match up to the supplied components that are in there. Now, APS did send me the updated instructions on a piece of paper, but I can walk you through them, and once you know how to do it, it's pretty straightforward. You've got a piece of plastic with what looks like a holder on it. That's going to be the piece that holds the pump in place. You should see some slots in the pump that you're able to slide that piece of plastic into. It takes a bit of encouragement, it's not the easiest thing to do, but once it's in there, that's going to then be held in place. You can put that into the tank, getting your cables into the right areas, and then what you have is a small PVC tube that gets fed through that and attached to the pump. So you push that through, push that onto the pump, and then you've got a right angled rubber attachment that goes on top, and the spray bar then connects to that. That spray bar is the one with the holes through it. Additionally, you get supplied a longer PVC pipe with no holes in it, and that's designed to extend the intake down to the bottom of the tank. I haven't fitted mine. I've got quite a bit of substrate and thought it'd probably reach right to the bottom, so I've left it off. It's completely up to you if you want to use that. You also get an air intake if you want to use that too, which will provide some Venturi effect, which is to aerate the water. Now the spray bars go into what we kind of like called a wet and dry filter, so it's already getting quite a bit of oxygen through that, so I've left mine off. The light is connected to a standard switch. It's apparently waterproof, or at least splash proof, which is a nice touch, and I've got mine connected up to a lighting timer. You should do too if you're planning on growing some plants, because it's good to give a consistent lighting schedule on your fish tank. Also, it helps with algae growth that you limit some of that lighting hours. I've got mine coming on at 11 AM and it goes off at 8:30 at night, so it's around 9.5 hours. It works absolutely fine on a timer. When you fill in the tank, measure how much water's going in, because I've noticed with all of the substrate, the rock, all adds up. So I've only actually got around 20 litres of water in this tank, which then brings me on to the stocking options that you can put in here. On the box there's a goldfish. I was quite disappointed with the marketing on there. Their website is better with the suggestions of fish that you can put in this tank, but a goldfish is a no-no. There's lots of small species of fish that would happily live inside this tank. You've got things like scarlet baddis, are beautiful fish, slightly harder to keep. Chili rasboras, they're tiny rasboras and a great choice. Betters would be perfect for this tank. One better would look stunning in there. Shrimp, of course, shrimp would be perfect in this tank, and you could probably put some filter media over the intake of the pump if you wanted to stop some of the shrimp getting sucked up there, depending on how small they are. Yeah, so all of those really small nano species, perfect for this, but avoid goldfish. Overall, I really like the tank. I'm really pleased with it. I hope you like this video, and if you want to see more on this tank, or how quickly I can get it cycled and my challenge to myself, then hit that subscribe button and check out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.